and start on the next build. Like I said, I am trying to do a later build, guys, so everyone can have a chance to look at the great R170. So I'm giving it a later start. I asked some questions about it, and a lot of people were happy that I am doing the latest start so they can have a chance to look at it. Drop me a line if you think it's best that we do it at this time. Okay, so earlier in the week when we built it, the first ship, which the 8088, 8088. Every time I hear 88, guys, I think about that movie, Kill Bill. If you look at Kill Bill, the crazy 88s, I keep thinking about them for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, the crazy 88 keeps coming to mind. But that's just a joke. That's an inside joke. Crazy 88 is a group of guys in the movie. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the 7259. So again, guys, it's great to see you on here with me. And I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing a later build. So everybody has a chance to look at it and enjoy the build. If you built this before, you know the build is really cool. If you haven't, it's these ships, they sit good on the wall, they sit good on the stands. If you have a case to put them in, they look good in there also. So all around, they do look really good. They look great. And it's a pleasure building them. If you've built it before, you would know that. And if you haven't, I'd advise to go out and get one. The figures are pretty cool also, especially with that Visto being in one of them. So that's pretty good. So like I said though, we want to finish this one and move on to the next. And if you're jumping in now, we're doing the trilogy of the Arc 170, which we have done trilogies prior. And we're here now with all the Arc ships, okay? And we're up to this point on this particular one, which is the 7259. That's what we're working on right now. And we're going to complete that today and move on. But I just wanted to just show you guys something here while I'm doing that. I should have done this in a live, but I just wanted to show you guys. I built all of these, all the skiffs, from all the way back from the first one all the way. So there's 5 of them all together. If you can see that there. Right, I built that. Earlier. So as I said, we're building the not the finalist. We're building the second one. We built the second one first, which is the 8088, and now we're working on the 7259. Another great build. They have the same amount of pieces in them, and the last one actually has, to jump ahead, the last one actually has more pieces. It has 400 plus pieces in there, but the count, the ship is smaller. The box is smaller, as you guys know. If I can show you the box right here, compared to the box I just showed you, the box is way smaller, and we will be building this. The box is way smaller. It has 4 fibs. It has a mech, which goes in the middle, as you know, but it's much smaller, absolutely smaller, and they definitely changed all the pieces in there, so you couldn't, because some of the pieces of the comparison, when we do that, you will see, are the same or similar to the 88. Right? But without further ado, let's continue to build. Okay, let's jump and continue to build on this, guys. Okay, so as you see again, it's over here. Let's put it just right over here, and let's start working on this wing. Okay, so we completed this part of it. We want to attach that now to this. Okay, so this goes. Before we complete that, we need to add one little piece here, which should have been there before. Where are you? We'll just find that, we'll plug that in, and we'll move on. So we just need to plug that in here. One black, which is going to go right down in here like that. Spoke about the different size and where the numbers are right on them, right here. So we'll just do that and move on. If you're jumping in, guys, right now, leave me a message. Let me know if you're building anything. So if you're jumping into right now, guys, leave me a message. Let me know what's going on, and let's finish this up. Like I said, we're right here, and we're going to complete this. So we're locked in here with this piece, finished all the way to the top. And what's required here is just this gray piece right here that goes right in there. Like that. We're going to take one of these, place it right on the top, and complete that. if you've noticed, I did pick all the pieces out so we can get it done faster, right? So there's less of a commotion going on over here. Right, so we got to this point and we're gonna lock this in now. Facing out like that. We're gonna just plug this in here. This goes right through. Let's lock that one right in there like that. And turn this around so it fits exactly in that space right there like that. Okay, so we're gonna add this on now. Move these over a little bit. Okay, so on top of this we put a band. The other ship, as you know, use blue bands like this one. This one uses white. Okay, and it's right here someplace. Here we go. So that's the white band, and the other one uses blue. It's much smaller and much tighter than the blue ones, which we spoke about before, and I think they should have used that. But before we go on there, we need to add one more thing. We need 2 of these and 1 of these. So we clip these 2 right in here. 1 over here, and a small gray goes right through there like that. Okay? This, while we at it, we need a couple sprockets here. So this goes down to lock this in place. Oops. We'll lock this in place right here. So we'll lock this in place like that. Once we've done that, we'll place this sprocket just right there. Again, guys, if you're just jumping in, we're building the trilogy, and this one we're building right now is the 7259 of the 170 arc. That's what we're building right now, guys. So we're to this point right here, and we just got to add these little bits on now. So this one goes here. Again, want to make sure you put it in the correct place, because if you don't, we're not going to get the ship hooked up right. So I want to be sure I'm building the right side and then build the left side. So we'll do the same thing at the bottom. Place this right here. And repeat that same setup down at the bottom like we did at the top here. So small gray goes right through there. And we're going to place this here. A little tricky to get this in, but we'll get it in there. Like that. So we're all set. Oops. Okay. Seemed like we made a little boo-boo there. We have to turn this over like this. Okay. So both of them need to be facing each other like that. And then we put the band over here. Like that. So when you turn it, it opens. So if you look, when I turn, this is going to open and make it move. I do believe these should have been shorter, but I'm not the designer, right? Sometimes Lego do look at things that you say. Anyway, we bring this over. Put that down. And we're going to clip this in shortly, right? So we're here, we'll put this to the side, and we're going to go building that piece that's required. So we need 2 of these, a left and a right. 1 of those. 1. Saw it earlier. Yeah, 2, like this. And 1 of these. 2 of the small ones right here, like so. And we'll need 1 of these. And to finish it off, we need 1 of those. Okay? So let's start building this now. If you're on there, guys, just don't forget to hit that like button. And let's bring the channel up. And thank you for jumping on. Let me know if you've built this before, like I said. Okay, let's close this off now. Right, so it's required that we place 1 of these just here. Go this way, like that, and 1 of these right there. And we're going to place 1 of these just right here. All right, we'll build that there in a second, but we'll use this one now and build the opposite side. So, just to get this correct. So basically, that's what we need. Put it on the opposite side like so. This goes down the middle the same way. And put the left side here. There you go. We're looking good now, guys. So we want to turn this over and add 1 of these just right here. Like that. And 1 of these right there, like that. Let's move this up a little bit. Okay, that's locked in place. Okay, and we're gonna add these down at the bottom, but first we need to put 2 of these here. It goes on the top. Yeah. So 2 of these just clamps in like that. On the last build also, if you realize, it wasn't set up like that. It was set up on the bottom. This one's on the top. But obviously there are 2 sets of wings, so we'll see what happens next. So we're here, and we'll turn it over again and start adding this. and this. Also, these were connected on the last one. On this one, it's not really connected. They used a 4 by, if you remember, 4 by 1, and it was connected like that. But this one isn't. Okay, that's locked in there. And we're gonna put a gun on that later on. But now we turn it back over, and they changed the size of these also. Okay, so this is gonna lock in here now. There you go. Locks in just like that. And which I thought they would have put like some kind of attachment so this piece holds tightly, but it doesn't. You just put it flat like that. 4 of those, and we're almost done with this wing. Okay, so let's see, more or less that clocks in now. No, they're actually, yes. We'll lock that in now. It doesn't say that it wants you to lock it in, but we will lock it in now because I think, oh, it's much easier to do that. They want you to put the other piece before you add it to the ship, so we will do that. Anyway, right, 2 of these now. It's one of these right here, the insignia. Get that in there. Doesn't want to stay. And on the top, one of these goes right here. Like that. And you place one of these right there, like that. This goes and slides right here. Doesn't want to slide in like that. I think I need to move it further back, but it doesn't say that. Right. Should slide right in. Everything else is in place, except this. Need to add one of these. So this should just go right in there. I think I need to move it further out because it's just not clipping in at all. So need to make that adjustment. We'll find out later what happens. There you go, but that's in. And if you turn this, you can see it starting to move up and down like that. The thing about these, I just think it's sort of flimsy. If you guys build this before, you would know this part of it is sort of flimsy to me. I don't know what you guys think. I think that's why it needs to be moved back a bit. But it's not catching, so I have to take a look and see why it's not catching, guys. Oh, there's one thing missing. That's why it's not catching. We need to add one more piece to this, guys, and then we'll move on. Because I was sort of like a little, I was like, what's going on? But we need one more piece, and then we can move forward, guys. So if you're jumping on, like I said earlier, I'm trying to do because I did like a survey to try to find out what's the best time so I can get most people involved. Anyway, we put one of these here, and that's what was missing. And we'll just put a clip on here now, and we will be okay. Right? This goes right here. There you go. Still think it's a little flimsy, but there you go. You can see if I turn this, it opens up now, like that. Okay? I think they could have done better if you built this ship before. You know that with that part of the build specifically on the wings. Okay, so we built that, and now we need to put the bottom on also. So we turn it over and do the same thing again. Repeat that same setup. One of these at the bottom. This clips in like that. Okay, and another one of these clips in right there like that. One 1x4 on the top. I actually opened this bag yesterday because like in the box I had a lot of bags, extra baggies from older ship that I bought, and I opened the bag yesterday. Anyway, this goes onto the bottom here. Similar to the other ship. And if you look, I'll just show you guys before we put it on. Opens up like that. Yeah, I still think they could have done better there. Let's see when we build the next ship how that works out. If it's much better, if it's the same. Okay, so we're gonna place this on the ship now, guys. All right, this just locks in. Right here, everything should line up just straight like that. There you go. And if we turn the back now, we can see this happening. Take a look at that. Again, as I said before, I think this could have been done better. Well, again, let's see when we make the next ship, right? So there you go. That's done. Okay, and we'll place this to the side and start working on the next part of it. So they also want you to put a gun on. So let's work on that before we move any further, right? So we need one of those. Again. One of these again. Light blue. Light blue, one of those. Dark gray. And a grid. Okay? So before we move on that, we'll just build the other side and then we'll add the guns on later. Right, so let's work on this part of it. One of those. Basically the same repeat build like we did before. One of these long ones. I want to make sure it's the right size. Okay, because we have this. Three of them, three different ones, right? Remember that. One of those. One of those. Place this down here like that. Again, guys, let me know what you're building. If you're building anything, what you're taking on. All right. Let me know exactly what you're building. Drop me a line. And please hit the like button if you're jumping. Again, guys, I want to thank you guys for all the support. You're really helping my channel to grow and move forward, which is really, really cool. So, right, let's just build this, and then we'll move on to that. So we need one of those, one of these, and one of these, which goes right here. And one of these at the end. And this just fits right in there. It's a totally different type of setup for this gun compared to the last one. This snugs right in there like that, and then you place this on the top. You can use one of these now, right there like that. Okay, and that is supposed to go on the wings. But we're gonna get past that and build, like we said, we're gonna finish this up and then add both of them in, right? So we have this, we're gonna add this right here. One of these, just down here. And then two of those red balls right at the bottom. Okay, this goes right through here, and we place one on the top also, like so. Okay, it's coming together now. We go in and place one of these next to it on either side. There you go. And back. We need just one more. Goes right here. And then two long black pieces like this. We did it the last time we built it, guys. So if you were viewing, you must have seen that. You add that, and this one goes the opposite way, which is like that. Okay, we're all set here. We're gonna add a couple pieces on this now, and then move on from there. Again, guys, I want to thank everybody for looking at this. It's great doing this for you guys. Take one of these, a couple of great pieces, and we're gonna add to that, and two of these also. Okay, we're gonna add those and then move up. Again, drop me a line, guys. Let me know what you think about the build. If you're building anything at all, what you are building. I want to thank all you guys for showing up and watching the build. Like I said, the next venture to complete the trilogy is going to be the 75402. Right, let's complete this. So we want to go two of these in here. one of these on either end. This goes right on top. If you've built it before, you know pretty much what's coming next. If you haven't, so we're going to lock this in here now. Again, I want to make sure we do it correctly. So this just goes right in here and locks just like that. Okay. Again, great to see you guys on the channel, man. The support is really appreciated. Really, really appreciated, okay? Right, so we'll start working on this part of the ship. One of those. One of these goes just right here. And the black one goes right in back of that. We'll lock this in place. Oops. All right, that's locked in place. This on the back. One of these just go right on the top. And we're going to place these just in back. Before we do that, we want to clamp these right in here like this. It's 1 and 2. And this just goes right here like that. Okay, that's in place. Gonna add some pieces on the top like we did before. One of these. This one goes right here. This goes right on the top. Again, I want to make sure we got this correct. It's the shorter one. Talked about that before also. Right, so that's locked in. And we will repeat the same thing with these. Just right on top. Again, let me know what you guys are building, guys. If you're building anything right now, what are you building exactly? If you are building anything. So we place this here. And like we did before, we're going to take this one, put it right down, that holds that in place. Like that. Orange piece goes right on the top. And just on the top of that, dark gray. So we're all set with this part of it. And we're going to add the pieces on here to place that there. So we need 2 of these. And we're going to place one of these just right here. Like that. On the top, we place a sprocket. That's locked in place. Perfect. And we're going to build a similar setup like we just built before. Then we'll put all of it together. Again, guys, drop me a line. Let me know what you're building, please. If you're building anything at all. So, I want to thank all you guys for dropping in, watching the build. We will continue to build on the same times like we said before, and we will be building the final piece of the trilogy, right? So keep watching for that. This is BOBAbrickz, and may Lego be